I don't know. Now we are recording. Good afternoon. Today we are interviewing the one and only David Pruzansky. And we're going to start off by playing one of his songs. Okay, that was short. Let's get into the interview. Where do you grow up and where do you live now?
So Yehuda, I grew up in Flatbush, right in Brooklyn, over here where I am now, sitting in traffic, and I still live here. We're still here in Brooklyn.
Hold on, you are in traffic or you're behind someone who is
Behind,
on the phone by a green light?
I'm sitting in traffic here. Stand still, Brooklyn traffic.
Um, Not like when you're on the phone and you are by the green light. When the traffic lights are green, that means, hey, all ladies and men, get on your phone.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Um, where did you go for elementary school and for high school?
So for elementary school and high school, I went to the same yeshiva, Yeshiva Tiferes Yisrael. It's a Chavetz Chaim here in Brooklyn, and I went there for elementary from kindergarten to eighth grade, and then I went there for high school from ninth all the way to 12th grade in the same building. So I was there for 14 years straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you go to base madrash or did you go to college?
So I went to Beis Medrash after. I went to a few places. I went to Florida for a few years.
Wow.
Yeah, went there because I figured it was nice and sunny there. Let me try it out. So there was a Chavetz Chaim over there, and then after Chavetz Chaim, I went to Eretz Yisrael. I went to yeshiva called Aderes HaTorah, which is known as Rabbi Center's yeshiva. You know that yeshiva,
No.
Rabbi Center's. And I was there for 2.5 years, and then when I came back to Brooklyn, I went to yeshiva in Far Rockaway called Shar Yashuv.
Yeah, I heard them
That you know,
say.
right? That you know.
Yeah.
So I was there for a year also. It was all very nice. All the places were great, great, great yeshivas.
Wow. Did you go to college?
I went to college. I took a few courses. I never completed college. I never got a degree. I did. I tried. I dabbled. Took a few courses in accounting, but I never actually finished it.
Why? May I ask?
Well, I never. I was never becoming a like an accountant or doctor type of profession. So I realized if I'm not becoming that, um, I rather learn. Become a singer, try to sing, do what I love, and go that route.
What did you do after college?
So I started taking voice lessons.
Hmm.
And I went to a few different people for voice lessons. And after that, I started getting into the music business, music industry. I started, doing bar mitzvahs and farts, small things. And then I got in, I started doing weddings, and I'm able to do weddings. And and then I started doing working with, you played it in the beginning, my first single, the Chuppa medley.
Your first single?
That was my
Do
first
you
one.
have more?
Yeah, that was my first one, and now we're working on a few things. Also, I'm trying to make an EP with a few songs, a few original songs. Trying to put that out. Working on that now,
Mm,
and hopefully it'll be out soon.
yeah, hopefully. At what age did you start singing?
Probably pretty young, maybe like 7, 8. I started
8?
singing. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
How many albums do you have out now?
Right now, I just have that one single. It's a few songs. It's a compilation of a few songs. So it's like a 3-song medley.
You only have one song out in the world?
Well, yeah, one song. It has 3 songs in one. So
Why when are you going to start making more songs and more music videos?
so I want to start. So as I was saying, I'm working on an EP now,
Yeah.
and that's my goal to make an EP. So we have a few more stuff out with a few more songs, and for me, it's hard to make music because for me, everything has to be like perfect. So for me to put out stuff is very hard because I'm never able to release it because I want it to come out so perfect. But I realize that nothing's perfect, and sometimes you have to let go and just release it. Music has to be released. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
You can um you have what do you do when you're not performing?
What do I do when I'm not performing? Like hobbies? Like what type of hobbies?
Yeah. Do you work?
I work a little bit. I do some sales. Um, I work in yes, I work a little in the healthcare industry,
Mm.
and and then I like for hobbies. I like sports. I like basketball, and then I like listening to music, other people's music. I like listening to. I like going out to eat some good restaurants.
You can they feel what they are doing, what they are coming out with, then you get ideas
Yeah,
from the song.
sure, sure. Yeah, I'm always looking for ideas, always looking for inspiration. Yeah.
Um, who did you get inspired by to start singing?
Well, who did I? Well, my father is a singer, you may know, right?
Who is your father?
DOVID Pruzansky.
Mirko Polanski is your father?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I was brought up, in that world, listening to his music. So that was very inspiring, and I always looked up to him and his music career. And in terms of other singers, I always looked up to Yakov Shweki. I grew up on his music. And as I got older, like Mordechai Shapiro, he's a big inspiration.
Yeah. Um, your father is. How did he come up with the song "Shooting for the Moon"?
So Shooting for the Moon was composed by a composer named Eli Schwab. You know him?
No.
Eli Schwab is a composer. He also made the famous song Schar Mitzvah for Mordechai Shapiro. You know that song?
Oh, yeah.
So Eli Schwab made that song, and he also had another song that he showed my father. He showed "Shooting for the Moon." He said, "Look, I have a song that I just made, and I want you to hear it." And he showed it, and my father liked it a lot. Then he said, "We have to make this a reality." So he bought the song, and they produced it together.
Wow. Um, are you coming out with a new song?
Yes, Mirza Hashem. Yes.
Mm, good. Um, at what age did you start performing live in front of people?
Oh, um, probably I started doing live shows when I was 9 years old, and I sang on stage for the first time.
May I ask where?
Sure, I did a few concerts along with my father. We would sing together in other venues. We sang with big stars. Yaakov Shweki was one concert. Miami Voice Choir. David Gabe. We used to do these concerts, and I would do a song or two then already.
Oh. Um, who did you sing with and who did you perform with?
Who did I sing with and perform with? Well, I sang, like I mentioned, I sang with my father many times. I
Yeah.
sang in with Benny Friedman.
Wow.
Um, I played with, in terms of bands, played with a lot of the bands now. Blue Melody Band, Mandy Hershkowitz.
Yeah.
Um, so those are a few that come to my mind.
We should really get your father on the
We should. We have to get him.
podcast.
I agree. He's not here right now, but we should get him.
May I ask what he does?
He's a singer. He sings also.
What does he do when he's not performing?
What does he do when he's not performing? He does a lot of chesed. He helps a lot of
Uh,
people. He visits people in the hospital. He sings for people. So
what does he have a job or?
he mostly sings. Mostly sings. He also has an orchestra
Oh,
that he plays at. That he plays with.
wow.
Yeah.
Um, where did you perform? What cities did you perform in?
Where did I perform? I performed in let's see. Well, obviously
What
Brooklyn.
countries? What countries have you performed?
In terms of countries, the only other country that I sang it, well, okay, I sang in England. I did a wedding in England once.
Wow.
I sang in Israel. I did a few weddings in Israel, a few concerts in Israel. Then obviously America. Um, and then within the states, I've been to St. Louis. I've sang in Florida. I've sang in upstate New York.
Wow.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem.
Yeah. What kind of clientele do you serve? What kind of clientele do you sing for?
What clientele? Really, all types. I like singing to anyone that wants to listen, right? So a broad spectrum. Whoever's inspired, whoever wants to listen to my music. It
You
spans.
would you would sing for non-Jews?
I
Non-Jew?
I would if they hire me. Yeah, I've sang for non-Jews before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um, how do you come up with all of your songs?
I compose them. I play a little bit of piano, so I'm able to play piano a little bit. So between my light piano playing and then in my head, I come up with some melody, some tunes, and I put it together. And I sit on it and I work on it, and I come up, with different parts, and it's a big mishkabobble, and then I try to put it together I try to get a complete product, which takes a while because there's a lot of parts to it to make a song. There's a low part, right? There's a chorus, and you have to get lyrics, and you have to get music. You have to get arrangements and mixing. So there's a lot that takes place. But sometimes I have help. I go to musicians. I go to composers.
Yeah.
I get help with different ideas. They're able to help me out.
Yeah. Um, Last question. What words of inspiration do you have for the world?
Ooh, inspiration for the world is don't give up. Keep on fighting. Shavi Yipol Tzaddik. A tzaddik is only after 7 times of falling. Um, so I would say don't give up and keep on fighting. And do it. And that's what I would say to everyone.
Can I add something? Do you have, do you know Matis Yahoo?
Sure, big fan.
You have his phone number?
No, I don't have a no.
Um,
I'm just a fan. I don't know his.
may I ask, do can you recommend anyone for this show
Yeah,
podcast?
sure. Who can we get you? We gotta find some singers for you, some musicians maybe, right?
Yeah,
Um, let's see. Who can we get you?
I would like to interview Mordechai Shapiro, Benny Friedman, um, Baruch Levine, Yido, um, um, Gadalbas. Let me see if I can get the list.
You have, you already have a big compilation. You have a lot of singers, so it's very cool. You got so many singers already. I was looking at your YouTube page. That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, I would like to interview Avi Devante, Avi Peretz, um, Barry Weber, Isaiah Baruch Levine, Isaiah Benny Friedman, East Day, um, Chaim, Chaim, Chaim David Butson, Chaim
Okay,
Put,
so you have connections, right? You got your connections.
yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna get all of them.
If any singers are listening, please get in contact with me and please.
Yes, and you heard it here first. If you're a singer and you're watching this, reach out to Yehuda because he wants to interview you and he wants to get your story out there and he wants to understand you. So if any singers are watching this, we gotta
Yeah,
recommend them to reach out to you, right?
hold on. I want to interview. And if you're a singer and you have a song out, I want to interview you because you have a story to tell and I want to
That's,
hear it.
that's right. That's right. You're doing a great job, Yehuda. Keep it up.
Thank and thank you for coming on and thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you for having
For
me.
my,
Thank you for having me.
uh,
We're gonna get next time. We're gonna get Laz on.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get him on now.